Welcome to Trevor's Trains. Today you will see scratch building and the finished diorama. So this is going to be the foundation, if you like, of the farmhouse that I'm having. I've cut it out and got a little bit extra space there just for a sort of a lean-to at the edge. I've gone for these from Cut Creative, so there's going to be the windows that are put in. I've cut another piece out just in case I want reinforcement for the roof. So that's the beginnings of my farmhouse. It's just held together with a bit of tack at the moment, but you can see how I'm constructing it out of card. I've just made a little indentation there just to slot that bit out, and I'll build the outhouse separately. Obviously just cut in the shape of the windows, put these windows behind it, put a bit of transparency, put a bit of something there to make a curtain, and then out of the card the roof. It's as simple as that. Cover it with some nice paper and we've got ourselves a very simple farmhouse. Making the house, I've just completed the end wall, so you can see what it looks like with the backing paper that I've got on the inside. I've just stuck one of the windows there from the Cut Creatives that I painted a grey colour, and it will be simple. It will go at that end, and I will create the other walls in a similar fashion. This is what my farmhouse looks like at the present of stage of construction. What I'm going to do is to put a chimney on the top, so I've got a bit of balsa wood here that I'm going to cut just at this mark here, then cut it down the middle, then I will glue it to the far end of there so it sticks just a little bit above the roof, so the roof's panels will sort of go at the side there, but with a little cutout to allow the chimney just to poke through at the top. I've put the paper onto the side here, and then I found a little bit of wood, very fine there, you can see. I've just banged them into the top with my hammer, put a little bit of black felt tip pen on the top of the chimney, and I'm now, oops, need to take the cover off, and now going to just put a bit of paint onto the chimney pots so that they look a little bit more like a proper chimney pot. So hopefully it will go very nicely on my farmhouse. Just cutting out the windows of my cottage from this piece of card. Have I gone all the way through yet? Yep, there we go. And that's going to be there. All I've got to do is 5 more windows and 1 more door. Easy. Just stuck the stone paper on, so just now cutting with the craft knife, that will be do the door. Just cut there, do X shapes for the windows, so that all I need to do is just push through to get the windows and push the door to get the door, cut it all out, glue it, and then that's the paper stuck on. Here's my cottage, farmhouse cottage, whatever you want to call it. I've got this little, built this little sort of extension out here. I just think it just adds something. Got the chimney in place, and I've cut out this bit of card with the notch in, so they're going to go onto the roof there. Got another one matching on the other side, and some paper of slate, I think it is, with a little bit of moss added, just to add a bit of agingness. Is agingness a word? Anyway, age to the little farmhouse. I'm now ready to put some grass onto this area. So very carefully made sure that no grass will get onto the area where the farmhouse is going to be, which is that shape there, where the barn is going to be, that shape there, and I'm keeping it well away from the track. So I'm just going to scatter some stuff on, and then I'll put some static grass on. I've got quite a few books on railways, railway stations, and I'm just doing a bit of research and just having a look through and seeing whether I can find something that inspires me to for my railway station. I know, and I've already cut to the length. The length of the station, the right height. I've worked out the height because it's only going to be a single floored building. So I know the height, I know the length, I know roughly the depth of the station building, but I just want to know, get a feel of what it's going to look like. So at the moment, I'm just doing my research. So it's clear in my mind now, having done my research, what exactly I'm going to do. This in front of you is going to be the canopy roof. I've just put a little bit of a frame with balsa wood. So when that's, let's just turn that over. When that's over there, I've printed off on card the sort of valance that you'd see round the edge. So that is going to be stuck onto there, so to make it look like the edge of a station. I'm just going to paint a little bit around here just to make it look like there's a little bit of a gutter or something. And then I've got some wood paper which I'm going to put there. It's going to be a wooden roof. So I've got all that bit planned out. I'm going to then have a sort of a sloping roof for from the building going through the covering the canopy. Got my windows from L-Cut, which I've got to decide what colour I'm going to paint them, and I've even got my little bit of wood for a chimney poking through the roof. So I've got my plans. All I've got to do is make it look good. That's the finished roof area. I've got to yet fix that in place, but I'm going to have it slightly back so there's more overhanging the track underneath than at the back covering the entrance. I'm working on the front of the station. I'm having the door open, so I've got a tiled area behind that will be visible, and just here I've painted the windows, and so they'll go behind there. I've got the floor sorted over there for the base of the station, and just a few little blocks that I've just glued one into place so they've got something to stick the walls to. And I've picked a stone paper. I think that'll make the station look quite solid and have a bit of gravitas. So I'm just going to stick the paper onto that and then carry on with another 3 sides. Just got that stuck on, and then you're having a pair of decent nails on your fingers just to push it through so that I can just glue it there, but that'll be okay. As you will have observed, I very much make this up as I go along, and one thing I didn't really anticipate is that the generous overhang, which I think is realistic because it will cover all the platform, actually blocks out the light and some of the view of the station building. So what I'm proposing, I'll just take the roof off because that's not stuck on yet, and take that off, is I think I'm going to just cut a panel here and put a skylight in just to allow it to be a bit more visible. It's just a matter of sorting out these problems as they come along, isn't it, really? So that's my next plan. A great way of covering over your joins is just to stick on your drain pipe, which is just a bit of plastic which I've just painted black. To be honest, I don't think my attempts at making a bale of hay out of stuff where stuck with layering spray is going to be one of my better bits of modelling, but it's gives it at the back of the barn, so hopefully it doesn't look too bad. And here is my station, Tiddyton. And here is Tiddyton with the farm nearby, the barn with its bales ready, the station junction on this quiet little branch line ready to receive a train. The car park is pretty empty. It's a quiet day in Tiddyton. Just a few people, just hoping for the train to come. Ah, it's not their train. It's just parking up, ready to get some more water. Maybe their train will come soon. I hope you've enjoyed this series, and I hope you really found it useful. I hope you like the finished result. I set out to say whether I could make a challenge. I hope I've done it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.